to Scanlon Field at Wilmington High School for today's Middlesex League Freedom Division baseball game between the Burlington Red Devils and the Wilmington Wildcats. The Red Devils, led by Coach Dan Hirsch, begin play today with a 2-2 overall record. They are 1-2 in the Middlesex Freedom Division. Burlington is coming off a 4-3 loss to Wakefield yesterday. The Wildcats and coach Aldo Kyra come in with a 2-2 overall record and are also 1-2 in the Middlesex Freedom Division. The Cats, who have battled bad weather with their Thursday game versus Melrose postponed, are coming off a loss at Reading 8-2. Senior Chris Stokes takes the mound, trying to get the Cats back into the win column. We'll be right back after this message with the starting lineups and your first pitch.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored by Tremezzo, transporting you to Italy through tastes, sights, and smells. Tremezzo's main dining room is open 7 days a week, and there are also catering and function room options. Located in the Square One Plaza on Lowell Street, or check them out on Facebook for new events and seasonal menu offerings.
Welcome back to Scanlon Field here in Wilmington for tonight's game, or this afternoon's game, between Burlington and your Wildcats. Joining me today is a student at Wilmington High School, Sean Guiney, and he's going to bring us the starting lineups for both teams.
Good afternoon, residents of Wilmington. Starting off for Wilmington, Bailey Smith will lead off. He's playing in right field. Batting second is Derek Gallucci. He's playing in left field. Catcher is Gavin Kelsey, batting third. First base, or not first base. Yes, first base. First, yep. Mike Fiorenza, batting fourth. Pitcher is Chris Stokes, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Tristan Champa, batting sixth. Brendan George, batting eighth. Peter Marino, batting ninth, is
the other Gallucci brother. Andrew Gallucci.
Andrew.
And for your Burlington Red Devils, leading off will be the shortstop, Stamitas, hitting second, playing right field. Ponzini hitting third and playing center field. O'Halloran, the DH. Pena hitting fifth and playing third base. McKinsis hitting sixth and playing left field. Taman hitting seventh and playing first base. Doyle hitting eighth and playing second base. Pye. And your ninth place hitter is your catcher, Vidum. On the mound today for the Red Devils will be Wheelock. And if we can get some first names shown, we'll get them in there as we go forward. So back here at the for our first game of the 2019 baseball season, we're kicking off WCTV's coverage, spring coverage sponsored by Tremezzo Restaurant, one of our loyal sponsors this spring. Back here at the Scanlon Field, temperature at 60 degrees. And it's sunny skies, perfect, beautiful sunny skies. A little bit of clouds out to the west. Winds out of the southeast at 11 miles per hour. Sean's got the umpires for us, and we'll be ready to go. First pitch, Chris Stokes.
The umpires for today's game are Mike Lynch, not the Mike Lynch who works at Narrow 5. He's behind home plate. And along the first base foul line is Palil Dubé.
And we will have a quiz at the end of the first inning for Sean to see if he can remember the names without looking at the book, because those are some. I bet you remember Mike Lynch. That dude out on first base. We're not going to remember his name. All right. So also on our cameras, we got a camera up here behind home plate. I think it's still here. We're going to be working that, and out in the camera on right field side will be Mr. Tom Pizzera, cameraman extraordinaire, and he'll be covering most of the action. So leading off here, get this game underway. Stokes' first pitch is Stamitas, the shortstop. First pitch high, ball one. Try to keep you posted as much as we can. Not sure what scoreboard we're going to have up and running. If we're hooked up to the scoreboard, you'll see ball, strikes, innings, and score. Stokes' fastball is in for a strike one. Chris will feature a fastball, and off his fastball he'll go changeup and slider. Most likely throw probably about 60% fastball, 30% slider, and then a 10% changeup. Pitch is up and away, ball two. Chris is in his third year playing varsity baseball for the Wildcats. Member of a championship-winning team 2 years ago, and on last year's team that had a unfortunate end in a playoff game away at Bedford. Stokes comes in with a lot of experiences. Barry made Gavin Kelsey, also 3-year varsity player for the Wildcats. It'll be ball up and away, ball 3. So again, first pitch jitters here at home with a nice weather. Stokes looking to get off on a good start, and we'll give you the Wildcats around the infield in 1 second. I can't say. Here's the 3-1 from Chris. That'll be a strike at the top of the strike zone. So here we go, 3-2. Just what he's wanted. Pitch is being called over here in the dugout by Coach Brian Kyra. Kelsey, if you look at Gavin, he'll look for his sign. Burlington looking to start the game off sharp. Chris looking to shut them down. There's a fly ball, little looper into right field, misplayed by our right fielder out there, Bailey Smith, with speed. Stamidas reaches second base. So that'll be a single, and I'm going to saw that a single and error by the right fielder. So with nobody out, Burlington gets a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, bad misplay by the right fielder, Bailey Smith. Just ran a little too far over the ball. Couldn't break it up in his glove.
Yeah, and then with this wind today, the way the wind's blowing, left to right, anything hit up in the air or on the line to right field is going to cause a little bit of an issue. That ball was line drive. It just bounced off the wrong way that Bailey was anticipating. That looked like the slider, which is way up by Chris. A little trouble with his command here early. That'll be 1-0. This batter for Burlington is their right fielder, Ponzini. So now Stokes will look to control damage here on the leadoff single and the taking the second on the error by the right fielder. 1-0 pitch is inside again for ball 2. Just of note here, though, would be the speed that I saw. Stamidas, the leadoff hitter, most likely would have probably attempted to steal anyway if he's getting on first base. Burlington's a very aggressive baseball team. The 2-0 is on the outside quarter, strike 1, so 2-1, and Chris has fallen behind the first 2 hitters here, so again, he's struggling to get his command. Veteran pitcher, like I said, varsity pitcher for 3 years. It's important that defense plays well, keeps everyone in the game. Here's a foul back, and you know what? That's going up off the side of the building behind us. 2-2 will be the count. Put away pitch here for Stokes. See what they decide to do. He was late on that fastball that was up. So he's got, like I said, a variety of pitches to throw. A fastball, changeup, slider. I'd expect a slider in the outside corner. See if it goes that way. Steps off because the runner at second base is taking a big lead.
Chris Conn about 10 feet off his base before he threw his pitch.
Good pitch. Good pitch. Contact, stays alive. Come back to 2-2. Getting an important out here, and it's also important if you get the out to keep the runner from making his way on to third base, an easier way to score the run. Working hard. Again, stressful innings on the first inning. Not exactly how you want to start a ball game, but that's what Stokes is looking at right now. The 2-2. That was a nice curve. That's perfect slide on the outside corner. Gets the hitter looking. That'll be 1 out. So again, Chris working his pitches. Fastball up and in, slider down and away, and he threw that first pitch changeup. So using his fastball to set up the sliders is extremely important. So with 1 out, here's the center fielder, number 5, O'Halloran for the Red Devils with 1 out. Stokes working from the stretch. Like I said, Burlington got speed on second base. First pitch is in there for a strike. Still a little bit up in the strike zone, but he's getting that call up in the upper portion of the strike zone. At some point in our careers here, Sean, maybe when you graduate and about 90 years old and I'm probably dead and buried, we're going to have the pitch zone like they have on Nesson.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we're actually doing pretty well with what we get from WCTV. There's a line drive. Fair ball down the line. Fiorenza cannot make the play. Bailey Smith goes over to pick it up. Throw is going to come into the cutoff man, and there'll be 1 run. Again, Way pulling that, he pulls that fastball down the line for a single, takes for a double. We'll give him a double on that. Takes second base and scores the run, double and RBI. Burlington off to a quick 1-0 lead. 1 out here, top of the first. Their cleanup hitter, Penna is how they told me to pronounce it. He is the DH. He'll be the DH hitting for the pitcher. Stokes back in the same situation. Runner on second base, 1 out. Again, I would guess being your center fielder, there's probably plenty of speed there. So got to be very weary of taking that extra base, looking for the stolen base of third to set up an easier slider down the way. What we'll do is we'll try to get pitch counts for you too. We're not going to keep them right now, but if we can get your pitch counts in between these, especially on our guy, especially on Mr. Stokes. Nothing works. Oops. That's not good. We lost power there for a second. There's the throw to third. He's out. Called him out. There won't be instant replay on that, but he is thrown out at third base for the second out. Gavin Kelsey with a rocket down to third. I just pulled that out. Down to third for the second out of the inning. So Burlington actually runs itself out of a big inning. Caught stealing there for Ohio, and that'll be the second out. One pitch, 2 outs. Stokes looking to get out of here with not too much damage. Nice fastball right by Panna. 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Top of the first inning. I knocked it out. 1-2 pitch. Ooh, way to get him. Still working up in the strikes a little bit. Chris will have to work on that as he gets through this, powers through the game. 2-2 pitch, although right now he's set him up here. See if he throws the changeup or slider away from the right-handed hitter, depending on how they decide to call the game. Here's the 2-2. That was the changeup, and it got a little bit up, but he got fortunate that Pena didn't get a good swing at that. Kelsey with the big play here first inning, throwing the O'Halloran, attempting to steal third. Although I have to say, from my angle, looking right up the line, he looked like he beat the throw. But Tristan Ciampa put the tag on for the second out. Stokes from the windup. 2-2, 2 outs. There's that little slider away, going to go full. And again, he's having trouble commanding his pitches. Not unusual for, we are in late April, but it's an early game for the Wildcats. It's only being their 5th game they played in. I think this is Chris's 3rd game he's pitched. You know, struggling a little bit with his command here in the first inning. Here's the full count. The payoff pitch. Popped up back my way, up over my head, and that's going to go off the roof and come back into play. If you've ever been here to the high school, we lose a lot of balls back up over top of the roof. Pena giving him a tough at bat. See if he can get a payoff pitch here. Looking fastball, looking fastball. If he can command that little slider right off the side of the plate, he'll dribble it to second base. We'll be out of this inning. That was the pitch right there again. 2 strikeouts on the slider away. Stokes is out of the inning. Up as a called third strike as we go into the bottom of the first. Burlington leads 1-0. And we are fixing our equipment right now, just so everyone knows. All right, I'm going to bring Sean back in, and again, I'm going to have you do the give us the Wilmington lineup again, because it's been about 5 minutes, and I don't even actually remember who's where.
Okay. So, for Wilmington, leading off the bottom of the first inning will be Bailey Smith, playing in right field. Batting second is Derek Gallucci, playing in left field. Catcher Gavin Kelsey will bat third. At first base, Mike Fiorenza batting fourth. And then the pitcher, Chris Stokes, will bat fifth. Tristan Ciampa will bat sixth. Brendan George batting seventh. Peter Marino batting eighth. And who's that second Gallucci?
That's Andrew Gallucci.
Andrew Gallucci batting ninth for the Wildcats.
We're getting Gallucci here this afternoon. Andrew hitting at the 9 spot and Derek hitting in the 2 hole. So Smith, Gallucci, Kelsey, Fiorenza, Stokes, Ciampa, George, Marino, and Gallucci facing the thin left-handed pitcher, Wheelock. I'll try to get his first name. I do think I have that roster somewhere in my mix of fun stuff I get to carry around with me as I wander around Eastern Massachusetts doing baseball games for the WCTV. I also have the stats, too, so I'm going to have to pull those out. So again, like I said, Wildcats are 2-2, coming off a tough 7-2 loss to the Reading, a game where Wildcats on a away game scored 2 runs early and gave up 7 unanswered. And now we'll try to rebound. This is in reality, this is a Freedom Division game. So within the Freedom Division for the Wildcats, for anything they play, is you've got the 6 teams. You got Burlington, Melrose, Wakefield, Watertown, Stoneham, and Wilmington. So it's important as you're playing these divisional games, just as important as is to pile up the wins as much as you can. Last year, Burlington actually, I think we got shut out over there like 5-0, and we lost like a 4-1 game here, and they did win the division on 2 actually really well pitched games. I think Stokes pitched over there, and I think Danny Gracia pitched for us here. As I find Cameron Wheelock, senior pitcher for the Burlington Red Devils. So leading off for it's almost like it's never changes here in Wilmington. This for the 5th straight year we'll have a Smith leading off. This time it'll be Bailey, replacing his brother Graham. Bailey comes in here. Let's find him. Bailey comes in here hitting .400 with a .467 slugging percentage. His on-base percentage is .400. He's at 15 at-bats. Scored 2 runs, had 6 hits. So again, seeing the lefty here, and doesn't look like he's a hard-throwing lefty, probably a crafty kind of guy. It'll be important for Wilmington to try to get off to a good start here to combat the 1-run deficit. First pitch is up and away, ball 1.
Bailey Smith's brother Graham is now a freshman in college.
Playing for Franklin Pierce. Another Wilmington graduate, Danny Gracia. We're just a little bit on an angle here, Sean and I, so it's hard exactly to tell that in and out here with the umpire. I can tell up and down, but this guy's like drive down the third base line. The third baseman just doesn't get his glove down quickly. Bailey will be on with a single to left. Can take advantage of opportunities there. That's a play that should have been made by the third baseman, but he did not make it. Bailey capitalizes. We'll give him a single, and he'll be on first base. And I know there's one thing he's probably thinking about doing. He wants to break his brother Graham's stolen base record, as he talked about. But with a left-hander on the mound, you got to be careful. Left-handers have those tricky moves. First pitch, squared to Bunt Galucci, is down low, and Bailey's going to take off, and he'll be safe on the delayed steal.
Stolen base closer to his brother's record.
Well, actually, you know what? That's I'm sure they'll hate me in the Smith family, but that's more of a pass ball on the catcher, and you got to second base on the misplay by the catcher. But we'll see what the coach has scored it as, and we'll get him to second base. Runner in scoring position for Derek Galucci. Squares the bunt again and bunts it foul. So that'll be 1-1. I would assume there that they're bunting to move the runner along. Derek Galucci, a sophomore, played JV last year. A twin brother of Andrew Galucci, who is our 9th place hitter in today's order. So for Derek Galucci, let's see what we got for Derek. Derek's had 11 at-bats for the season with 2 hits and scored 2 runs. Derek hitting .182 with a .182 slugging percentage, a .400 on-base percentage. Ball down in the dirt, ball 2. On deck for the Wildcats, Gavin Kelsey, catcher, 3-year player. So he's at number 29 here. So let's see what Galucci can do here with this 2-1 count. Try to advance the runner. Ball up. Not happy with that call, I don't think there. Although the ball did look up, at least from here. Not sure if I said in and out. I might have to send Sean to the back behind so he can give us the location in and out. But we're not wired up to see that yet, Sean. That pitch will be another ball 4. So Galucci draws the walk. First 2 hitters for the Wildcats reach base. Nobody out. Here we are in the bottom of the first from just a beautiful day. A little chilly with that wind, but it's about 60 degrees outside. We got bright sunny skies. Nothing like a great day for a ball game as well. Third place hitter is Gavin Kelsey, the catcher. Like I said, he is a senior, 3-year starter, co-captain. First pitch is up and in. Cameron Wheelock having a lot of trouble commanding the strike zone, just about like Chris Stokes had the same issues earlier in the top of the first. Again, it's a little bit still early in the season, and I'm not sure how much he's pitched, but Kelsey squares the bunt and pulls it back, calling for a called strike. His third place hitter is, get Gavin's stats right here for you. Kelsey is hitting .200 with .267 slugging percentage, .200 on base percentage. He hits a little flare off to the right and out of play. Again, important to advance the runners. Mike Fiorenza, left-handed hitter on deck, to be followed by Chris Stokes. So this is right here, the senior portion of the lineup here. Kelsey, Fiorenza, and Stokes. Here's the 1-2. Little floater up and away, ball 2. Again, he's had a little bit of, like I said, command's an issue. Sean, is always an issue early in the season anyway. It's not that cold, so he shouldn't have trouble getting a feel for the grip. But he's had a lot of command issues, and if he cannot command that little soft breaking ball, Gavin can sit fastball. And he does, and he fouls it back right behind us again. Now it'll go on top of the roof, and the roof is eating another ball. So the 2-2 pitch, runners at first and second. We got Gallucci at first and Smith at second. There's that little floater for strike three. And I tell you, if he can command that pitch, that will be a tough pitch for the Wildcats because they're not expecting. So the 2-2 strikeout called, third strike, leaves runners on second and third, and Kelsey will put the tools of ignorance back on. Let's bring up Mike Fiorenza, also a senior. Was on the varsity team last year. He's our first baseman. Pitches away for a strike. I think he's going to work this. See if he works the lefty away, see if he comes inside. If I was here, I'd come inside fastball, try to get him to swing through. But we'll get to see his pitch pattern in a second. There's the fastball up. He's not throwing all that hard. 1-1. Again, Gallucci taking lead off first. Bailey Smith with the lead off second base. Important to capitalize with the first two hitters on base for the Wildcats. Pitch to hit, 1-1. Fiorenza looks. There's that little slow curveball, which he has not had much command of. He came in it once in 4 at bats now, and that was the strikeout to Gavin Kelsey. Fiorenza, 2-1 hitting cleanup. Spot to drive in runs. Fastball is down again. 3-1 pitch. Mike Fiorenza hitter's count here. I'll tell you the one thing I remember about Mike from with my son playing with him for 2 years, and I coached him in middle school. He's got a great eye at the plate. Very disciplined hitter. Willing to take the walk. He looked at a good pitch there to hit for a lefty down and in. He's shaking his head. He knows it. Fiorenza hitting 200 with a 300 slugging percentage and a 385 on-base percentage. There's the full count pitch. He'll pop it up. Technically, that's an infield fly roll, and that'll be called. So that batter's out. Runners can advance on their own. Again, 2 really good pitches there by Wheelock. And the pop-up to the pitcher there doesn't really help. So the last 2 hitters with the opportunity to move runners on. Strikeout and a little pop-up to the pitcher. Spring up Chris Stokes, senior co-captain. Hitting 5th and pitching. Drives the ball to the hole in short. That'll be a nice play by O'Halloran. He'll field over to second base for the 3rd out of the inning. The Wildcats squander an opportunity there. Get the leadoff hitters on and do not score. So we'll head to the bottom of the top of the 2nd inning. Burlington 1, Wildcats nothing. Sean doesn't have anything to say. Sean, it's all yours between innings. I'll let you have the between innings. Even if you want to go sing for us, or you want to tell me about the.
Well, if I could sing, I would sing, but.
Yeah, they don't want me singing either. Don't worry.
That makes 2 of us. So Wildcats going to the field to start the top of the 2nd inning. Burlington up 1-0. Chris Stokes started off slow, but soon found momentum as he struck out 2 in the bottom of the 1st. Stokes will go back out. If I had something to say, I would say it, but got nothing to say. Except for the fact that Chris Stokes is on the mound, throwing a few warm-up pitches to the catcher Gavin Kelsey.
All right, Sean, what did I miss?
A lot of silence.
All right, Stokes back on the mound. You know what we didn't do for our family, our friends here? We didn't give, I know I just talked to our right field cameraman, Tom Pizzera, with the glare he's having a lot of trouble seeing. So if the camera work over there gets a little shady, that would be probably the reason. It's really glary with the high sun. Very cloudless sky. So here we go. Leading off Top of the second inning for Burlington. Will be somebody, and if I can find my sheet, Sean, I tell you who it was. This will be McKenzie. Third baseman McKenzie takes the ball down low. Again, let's see if Stokes can rocking chair through this inning. Get himself out of a jam last inning with a throw from his catcher. And a chance to help himself, grounded out to shortstop. Pitch is swung over top of strike one. Again, he's going to work off his fastball. So you see primarily fastball. Throw the slider probably, like I said, about 30% of the time. And then he'll eventually throw the that little changeup in and out. When he's effective, the slider is breaking outside of the strike zone. So here's the 1-1 pitch. That's lined up the middle for a base hit. Left that one hanging out over the plate. Marino picks it up. Fires into Brendan George. McKenzie is on base with a line drive leadoff single. Taman, number 7. No, not number 15. Taman will be the next hitter. He's the left fielder. Let's see how he plays it. Like I said, the Burlington coach tends to be a little bit aggressive. He's got some speed. McKenzie is your third baseman. Fiorenzo will hold him on. That pitch, there's the slider down and in. Again, left-handed hitter, you're going to try to keep it in on his hands. Don't let him extend. They like that ball down at the ankle, knee ankle. Try to drive that ball to right field. Stokes will step off. Just to give you a quick game reset, Burlington scored first. Had the first 2 men on with, had 2 of the first 3 men on second base, and then Kelsey threw a man on trying to steal. That ball's away for a strike. And they scored that first run. Wilmington led off with Bailey Smith and Derek Gallucci reached on a walk, and it was a squander. Stokes is bringing us back out here with a 1-0 deficit. Here in the second inning. 1-1. Fastball is driven to left. That's going to sail away from. Gallucci makes a nice play. That's a really good play there by Andrew Gallucci, number 3. Really, really nice play. That ball off of left-hander's bat is always going to break away with the wind coming the other way. The ball held up a little bit. He got the ball, cut it off, keeps the runner off of third base. But a single nonetheless for Taman. Here's their first baseman, number 3, Doyle, who I know is a cousin of our center fielder, Pete Marino. See how the coach decides to play it. He's hitting towards the bottom of his order. This is the 7th place hitter. Stokes' pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. So definitely going to play the big inning, not for the small inning. He's not going to play small ball here. Hopefully try to get him to drive it. Steps out, looks down at his coach. The signal is in. Stokes' pitch is right down there. Nice pitch, strike 1. Again, he has fallen behind the majority of the hitters here. If he can get ahead of hitters, he can then start working the ball in and out with that slider and move the fastball up and down. So he's got a 1-1 pitch. It's a big at bat here for both for Chris. A big at bat, big batter. Slider just a little bit up. Again, he said limited command of it. Hate to use that word command because it sounds so cliche. But with a pitcher, if you want to know, like Chris Sale has been struggling this year. Hasn't won yet. His command has been lacking. That should be an infield fly roll. Infield fly roll called. Batter will be out. Fiorenzo makes the catch. Runners can advance on their own. So usually you don't see that much. Now in 2 innings, we've had 2 infield fly rolls, Sean. You know, I'm not going to put you on the spot and have you explain the infield fly roll, but that's 2.
That's
it's sort of like unusual. But again,
this wind's playing a factor in that. Occurrence.
Again, any ball up in the air here, the wind's running about 10 to 15 miles an hour left to right. So Fiorenzo has to slide back and get on to make that play. That's a great pitch. Good high fastball. Swung on and fouled back. So Stokes gets ahead of the hitter. This is Pye, the second baseman. So now he's got him where he wants us. So if he throws that high fastball again, a little bit late, popped it back. You can't miss stuff if you're going to go high fastball. So let's see what he tries to do here. He throws the slider. He's backing away from it. So obviously that pitch that's got movement on it is working into the brain of our hitter for Burlington. So I would here see if they decide. I'd go high fastball again, maybe a little bit in. Looks like they're going to away. Try to get him to pull off the plate. The slider's up. So again, not only can we have the slider go back to back, gets him behind the count, 2-1. So now he can probably sit here and think sitting fastball. So he's going to think. If you think about what the pitcher's trying to do as he runs it through the sequences, Stokes is thinking, I got him backing away from the slider. If I get that pitch over, I'm 1-2. I have any pitch to throw here. Here's got to go fastball, and that ball is driven into the gap in right center field. Marino goes to cut it off. Slides behind him. Bailey Smith picks it up, and that'll score a run. But again, that situation there is a situation where Chris got behind. He got ahead with the first pitch fastball, and he got behind with the 2 sliders. So now the batter, Dye, there is looking fastball there. He just drives it, the fastball up and away, drives it out to right field for the base hit. And now they have runners on first and third with 1 out, with the catcher number 11, Vitton, due up with a 2-0 lead. Coach Kyra, Aldo is out. Coach Aldo Kyra out to talk to Chris. Again, it's a senior battery, so very experienced. Sean, we're not talking about young players here. They know how the game operates. They know what they're trying to do. But again, falling behind hitters is leading to a little bit of trouble for Chris, because he's got to then throw fastball, trying to throw strikes. It's not Burlington seems like a very valuable, very good hitting team as well. They've hit the ball hard. So now Kelsey will call the infield defense and signals to tell everybody what they're going to do if our man on first base decides to take second base. Again, in the high school game, anything below the professional game or the college, but at the high school level, it's still a matter of making the right decisions. Knowing there's a line drive third base. Nice play by Champa, and throws him out. Tristan Champa with a great backhanded play to get Vitton out for the second out of the inning, and we'll star that play here as well, because not only did it save the base hit, it probably saved a couple extra runs. So 2 runs have scored. We got a runner on second base with 2 outs. Back up to the top, Samitas, the shortstop, who in the first inning singled to right field. Took second base on the air by Bailey Smith. It's a big out to get to the 3-0 game. Slider away is good. So again, he commanded that slider first pitch. Now he can do almost anything he wants with the hitter. Now he's thinking to himself, what do I want to do here? My guess is fastball in, but fastball away. Again, if he commands that pitch, it's a strike down and away, and he'll never hit that pitch. But again, he's struggling a little bit, in and out. This is 1-1, 2 outs. Spot top of the second. Burlington leads the Wildcats 3-0. Slider up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Back to the top of the order. Important to limit the damage. They've hit the ball hard all in. They haven't had anything cheap. But he has been behind hitter. So again, he's behind this hitter here, so he's hitter advantage. Stokes is set. Fastball's popped up. That was a really good pitch. Got it up. Brendan George is under, and he makes the play to end the inning. Stokesy gets out of the inning. Limits the damage on the great play by Tristan Champa at third base. And a little pop-up there to the shortstop. So at the end of 1.5, Burlington 3, Wilmington 0. It's all yours. I'm going to turn it over to Sean. Sean to...
So Wildcats coming to bat here in the bottom of the second, down 3-0.
Yep, and we'll bring up 6, 7, and 8. So Tristan Champa, again, the guy who makes the big play in the field, comes and leads off the inning. And if we had like 6 or 7 cameras, or Joey, our director, would be flipping them all out, getting the headshots. But we're still limited with the one stationary camera behind us and Tom Pizarro's camera out there in right field. So it'll be Champa, George, and Marino here to start the second inning. Oops. Chris Stokes has made the final out of the inning, and Wheelock, the pitcher, goes back out again. He gave up hits the first 2, a hit and a walk to the first 2 hitters, and then squeezed himself out of that jam with a strikeout, a pop-up, and a ground out to the shortstop. So Tristan Champa will be the hitter. Champa Jr. playing third base. He pitched, I think he beat Shawshing Tech, was the winning pitcher in the Shawshing Tech game. So pitching depth hasn't been too much of an issue so far for Coach. He's got Champa, he's got Ryan Collins, he's got Chris Stokes. So a little bit of depth. So this will be our junior contingent here, the two juniors back-to-back, Champa and George, followed by senior Marino and sophomore Andrew Gallucci. So Wheelock back at it. Like I said, the wind has not really caused much issue because Burlington has hit the ball really hard. First pitch down and away. Tristan Champa, third baseman. Second pitch is down and in, ball 2. So Mr. Champa with 9 at-bats, 223 batting average, 445 slugging percentage, 417 all-base percentage. Scored 3 runs, had 2 hits. 1 was a triple. Stole a base. Takes ball 3. So again, important inning. Try to get some runs back on the board, make up for that this 3-run deficit. Champa important to get it started. Brendan George on deck, the shortstop. The 3-0. Well, strike. I don't know, what is that horn we keep hearing? Do you know? That must be for you guys to change class, but you're not in school anymore.
No, the JV girls lacrosse game's going on over on the
I gotcha.
football field right now.
The 3, that's a pitch. Shot into the hole, it's short, picked up by Slamitas, throws to first for the out. Nice little player this shortstop is. Slamitas has made two or three nice plays out there at shortstop. Ground out, another 6-3 for Champa, bringing up Brendan George, junior shortstop for your Wildcats. And Brendan is should probably have my stats right on top. Actually, I should give you the stats because I tell you something. Yeah. Sean's a lot more nimble with the hands than I am.
Yeah, I got nothing to do.
There you go, Sean. You got plenty to do. Okay. You get your innings. You gotta get your innings coming in here.
Yeah.
So this is Brendan George.
So Brendan George, right now, so far this season, he has, where is it? Brendan George. He has 2 hits right now. 1 double, a triple, an RBI. And his batting average right now is 182.
Yeah, that ball was up and in. I would assume that's ball 2, right? I don't know. The scoreboard's screwing me up here. Pitches away, ball 4. I'm sorry. So a 4-pitch walk will bring Mr. Pete Marino to the plate, senior Pete Marino. That walk by George. He's laboring a little bit here. We got Wheelock running on the ropes. He's going 3-2 to both hitters. That'll be a base on ball for Brendan George. That'll bring up senior Pete Marino.
Marino batting 167 this season.
Does have 1 big hit, though. He had a big hit against Belmont to win a late inning hit. Didn't like that call. Important here for Pete to get off the schneid to help out. Sit, be patient. That ball was a little borderline strike call by the umpire. You have to take that. Ooh, Pete a little bit late on that. It's not even hard. He's not. I think it's hard. I think this kid looks like he's throwing hard, and he's not throwing as hard as he is. So now he can do anything. Pete, again, when I talk about being up ahead and behind the count, now Pete's behind the count. So the pitcher's got him at will. Throw that little slow little curveball he tries to throw, and he has not really made, like I said, I think he made 1 really good pitch with that. That was to Gavin Kelsey to get an out. But here, Pete's now thinking. Now it's 1-2. Pete's still got to be protecting the plate. So he's and again, look, fastball in there. He's way away. Not ready. That was not a good swing, and he's not going to be happy with that if he sees this on film. Bring him over 9th hitter, the second baseman, Andrew Gallucci. What do we got there, Sean?
Gallucci's batting 250 on the season.
What's that on-base percentage for him? That'll be a pop-up, and that's going to be wind aided. See if he gets it. First base will make the play. We'll get Gallucci next time through the order. Quick inning there, even though he went to full count for both 2 hitters. He gets a quick inning there. Gallucci's a little bit quick on the trigger with him being a little wild. So at the end of 2, Burlington 3, Wilmington nothing. Burlington coming to bat.
Wildcats struggling, leaving men on base. And just hitting 4 balls up into the air for no gain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Struggling is a good word for the first 2 innings. Getting men on base, and it's like getting that big hit is elusive right now. So it'll be Burlington every time they need to get a big hit has been getting a big hit. But again, in that inning, the first 2 hitters was really good at bats with the walk. Brenninger took a 4-pitch walk. Then he struck Marino out, and Gallucci swung a first pitch pop to first base. So again, it's just a matter of getting your confidence. You're behind. You're trying to do too much, and just settle in. I think if they settle in here, if Chris Stokes can keep this game close, I think the bats will come alive a little bit. But like I said, last year we played Burlington twice. I'm not even sure. I know they shut us out over there, and then here to win the Freedom Division. I know that Danny Gracier pitched, but I'm not sure if we scored or not. We could have been shut out twice last year. So we're back to the top of there. The second place hitter is going to be Ponzini, the right fielder who was called out on strikes in the last inning. And they've scored in the first 2 innings that we've seen here. They've had the leadoff hitter on both innings. So again, let's see if Stokes get a little bit of command here, keep men off base. He needs a quick inning. In between innings, I'll get his pitch count for you, Sean. And then I'm gonna do the bottom of the third. And I'm gonna have Sean do the 4th inning for you. First pitch, fastball in. One of the things I always like to talk, and I talk about this whenever I get a chance, is we're looking for people to like Sean to volunteer. Sean, you're a junior here at the high school.
Yep.
Joey, you're a senior at the high school, doing the directing. And our other person over there, who I don't know his name, I'm sorry. Again, we got the students doing a lot of work. Anyone who wants to do it can do it. Parents of students, this is an opportunity, as that pitch was a ball, this is an opportunity for everyone to get a chance to see their kids on TV or get some skill sets. And pitch a strike right down the middle there. So anybody out there who's listening, if you got kids there, go for it.
Yeah, so at school, at the high school here, there's a Wildcat TV club that meets every Wednesday and Friday, and you would do TV projects. That pitch goes into the dirt. You do projects for TV about school, and that was pretty cool information, or not information, but more like projects, and not projects either. Just pretty cool educational stuff if you want to get into it for a career.
2-2 is driven to center field. Marino will slide back. The wind should push that a little bit. He's under it and he makes the catch. Again, ball got up a little bit, got up in the wind. Wasn't really. That's just a routine pop fly for Ponzini. That'll bring O'Halloran, the center fielder, up. And just quick on that ball. One of the things I try to tell kids as I was coaching them, and I'll get back to what you were saying, because I think what Sean's speaking about with the clubs and the opportunities is really important. But with that fly ball, anything hit up in the air in the outfield like that in high school is going to be an out. I keep trying to tell kids, you think you're a big, strong guy, you hit it that far, but you know what? It's just an out. It's just a long out. But back to what Sean was saying, I'll let him finish up. I'm sorry about the club and the learning, and I think it's really imperative that we might get 25 viewers to this over the next week. A lot of it will be parents of watching the kids, but you never know. Something special could happen. It could be a YouTube moment, anything weird. But it also gives you the opportunity to get some experience and get some understanding what you're doing.
Yeah, it's true. As this pitch.
This is grounded to second baseman. Gallucci picks it up and throws it down out of the dirt, and not handled by Fiorenzo. Got a little bit lazy on that. His dad, Mike's dad, senior, not going to be happy with that. That one I'm going to be surprised who we're going to give there or two there. I'm going to hold off on that. They're going to have to check the replay. I think that Fiorenzo should have caught that ball.
Hard to tell from our angle.
Yeah, but I'm going to call error E3.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, that'll bring up their cleanup hitter, Penna, who struck out, called out on strike. Stokes should be at 2 outs in this inning, and now he's going to have to work a little bit harder. Fastball away. Again, this inning, a much better command of that pitch. He's not falling behind. This guy will try to, if he can get this ball up, he'll get a pop-up somewhere. The ideal situation here would be a nice little hard ground ball of Brennan George at short for the double play. Curve sliders out and away, strike 2. So now he's got him wherever he wants. Whatever he wants to do here, he can do what he can do. It's kind of stupid to me. Of course he can do what he can do.
That 0-2 hole. Stokes is just trying to put him away.
And he'll go away, away, away. He might step off. So at first base is O'Halloran, who is their center fielder. So my assumption will be O'Halloran has some speed as he plays center field. The 0-2 pitch up a little bit with a slider. So now he's throwing 3 consecutive sliders. And it's 1-2. If I was here, I'd go inside fastball. You see where Gavin sets up here. You're gonna go away again. Hopefully commands the slider, will beat him. Good pitch is popped up into right center field. They were running on the pitch, and Bailey Smith picks it up and hits the cutoff man. Nice play, Bailey hit the cutoff man there. But again, they went outside, but not outside enough, and it was blooped into right field. So the error leads the men on first and third with 1 out. On the single by Pena, that'll bring up the third baseman McKessens, who singled in the second inning. So Stokes is going to have to work out of another jam, third jam, 3 innings. Again, not of his own doing. Errors are not, given the extra outs, this level is not always the best thing to do. Burlington has capitalized on everything they need to capitalize on, so this is a big at-bat. Slider is good. Again, like I said, if he can command this fastball in on these hitters, with it being a little cooler than it could be popped up, he's really working away, away, away. They've been taking that away pitch. That's a nice pitch, too. That was the changeup. He got the changeup up. He got away with it. 0-2. But if he keeps working away, all these guys have done, the last 2 hitters have done, is take that away, that pitch outside, and just actually all 3 hitters stroke it into right field, the fly out to right center, the ground ball to second base, and the popped up foul. That's the pitch right there. I like that high fastball. And then the last hitter hit the single to right center too. So Stokes laboring. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Burlington up 3-0. Important to try to avoid that run. If not, get an out here. Not scoring the run. Pitch is grounded to second base. Throws it away. Indecisive by the second baseman, and that error will be on second baseman Gallucci. So 2 errors in the infield. Score a run. Should be out of the inning. That's an E4 that time. Runners running out first and second. He looked like he wanted to go to second base there, Sean. I don't know what happened. Maybe miscommunication, but maybe you had a better angle than I did.
Yeah, true. Runner from first. It's already halfway to second. That pitch is fouled up over the Burlington dugout. No, the runner from first base going to second was already halfway there before the shortstop, or number 5, Brendan George, ended up throwing to first. And was intentionally
threw a little bit wild to first base.
Was initially going to throw it to second.
Pitch is a little bit up there. Here we have, this is Taman. Burlington with a 4-0 lead. Taman to come to the plate. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And in reality, Mr. Stokes should be out of the inning with no runs. He should be sitting his fanny in the dugout here. Get ready to have the top of our order come up. 1-1 pitch. Slider is up. Just has again lost that command again. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 errors on the infield have been disastrous for the Wildcats this inning. Good pitch. Taman is late on that one. Again, he might want to now. Maybe he rely on the fastball. The scoreboard has 2 outs. I know there's only 1 out here. So I don't know what you're seeing. I have to check with Joey on the. Oh, they called that guy out at first?
Yeah, first base. He was
I thought that
called
was
out.
They called him out? Okay, that'll be the inning then. I didn't know that. I thought Fiorenza had come off the bag, but I was incorrect. So there's no error on Gallucci there, and the strikeout gets us out of the inning. So Stokes is in with only 1 run on 1 hit. And they leave a man on base at second base as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Wildcats trail 4-0. Due up for the Wildcats, Sean.
Is the top 3 in the order: Bailey Smith, Derek Gallucci, and Gavin Kelsey.
And we'll see what they can do. Try to get some of those runs back. Put a little bit of pressure on the opposing pitcher who's in a rocking chair kind of afternoon with a 4-0 lead. Now all he has to really do is throw some strikes. And we'll see what happens. So as we go to the bottom of the third, Wilmington is still looking for their first run of the game. Burlington has scored 4 as Cameron Wheelock is, to this date, he's walked 2, struck out 2, and gave up actually a leadoff single to Bailey Smith. That was the only hit that we've had. Stokes has given up 4 runs. 1, 2, I'm counting his hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He has struck out 3. And again, like I said, last inning probably threw a lot more pitches than he really wanted to or had to. So at the end of this inning, I'll go to the dugout to get some pitch count. This will be the final. I'm going to do the third, and I'm going to do the bottom of the third, and I'm going to hand it over to my high school student, Sean Guiney. Got it right finally. Yeah. I'll get that wrong like all the time because I'm old and decrepit. So we'll turn it over to Sean. I'll have him do play-by-play for an inning. And again, like I said, it's a good opportunity for everybody. If you have any interest in athletics or arts or anything that we cover, to get out there and get yourself out and either do camera work or you can do a director like Joey's doing. You can speak like Sean and I do the camera like Tom Pizzera's doing. Good opportunity. That ball's away. Bailey Smith is important as the leadoff hitter is to work this pitch. Anybody that wants to do that, again, we're always looking at parent volunteers, student volunteers. Get involved if you're at the high school. Do the club. You know, AV club is not what it used to be. This is we're talking digital. We're talking digital editing. We're talking about a lot of highfalutin cameras. Like I said, the one we set someone up behind the screen today. Be great to have more volunteers. Maybe someday we can go a multi-camera. Bailey Smith single up the middle, nice pitch hit, and to lead off the third inning for the Wildcats with his second hit of the game. So once again, Mr. Smith reaches base to lead the inning off. He told me that his mom and dad are not here today. I think they said they're in Florida. Probably, I would imagine, with regards with Deb and his sister Tiffany, I must have to do something with cheerleading. So it's a shame we're not doing this game live because I know the Smith family were watching. That ball is up. Throw down to second base. He's safe. Yes, he got under the tag. The kid dropped it. Good job by Bailey Smith. Stolen base. Throw beat him. He got under the tag, which ball was dropped. And the count, I think, is 3-0. Did he call that a ball, Sean? Do we know?
The count is 2-0.
3-0. Nope, I can see
3-0.
The scoreboard's a little bit
3-0.
screwy. 3-0 pitch. He should be taking all the way here. Pitch is borderline inside. Now Gavin's got to look for a pitch he wants to hit here. This is what I try to teach these kids. What do you want to hit? Where's the spot coming over to you that you feel most comfortable hitting, and only swing at that pitch. And Gavin swings at a pitch up over his head and pops it back behind us. So now the advantage goes more to even. Again, that pitch might have been where he wanted it. He seemed to reach a little bit for it. You want him to drive this ball. With 1 out, this is the full count, the payoff pitch. Wheelock, Kelsey, that'll be away. And Bailey Smith steals third base too as well. He was running with the pitch. Kelsey with the base on balls. That'll bring up Michael Fiorenza. What do we got for Michael there?
Fiorenza is batting 200 on the season with 3 runs and no RBIs.
What's his on base percentage there?
On base is, if I can find it, 385.
Marty. All right, the meeting of the minds is sufficient. Joey, get that ball and just give it to the dugout. It's the game ball. Give it to Aldo. All right, here we go. Wildcats in action. Ball's up and away. Again, he's had to work. He's falling behind. He hasn't commanded the pitches as well this inning. This is a big at-bat for Fiorenza. A very patient hitter anyway. Again, it's a senior who played last year. One thing you notice about Mr. Fiorenza is his shirt's always untucked. Pitch will be down and in. Ball 2.
He's trying to make a statement.
Yeah, it's a fashion statement. It's called the Fiorenza. It's called the Fiorenza look. But no, this is important now. It's 2-0. Your cleanup hitter up. He's got to throw a strike here. You don't want to swing at a bad pitch either. Mike's a relatively patient kid. That ball is in. Tough pitch to let go, though, there, but it was in too much. Would have probably gotten off the hands. And speed is at third base. We don't have a lot of speed anywhere else. Catcher at first baseman at the plate. The 2-1, Mike pops it up, see if the catcher can get over to it. Nope, he drops it. Fiorenza is live again. Mike Fiorenza has to look for a pitch he can hit here. Mike, look your zone, Mike, and drive it to left field. Come on. Mike's another one I coach. So I got a couple kids out here I coach. So it's always fun to have kids that you coach. Here's Fiorenza. The 2-2 pitch. That's up. Nice at bat. Now he's got to come at him. So now Mike can look spot and try to drive a ball here with the 3-2 pitch lefty on the mound. I would doubt that Mr. Kelsey will be running here, especially with lefty. Ball is down in the dirt, and Fiorenza draws the bases, draws the walk to load the bases. So Wilmington's in business after back-to-back walks.
Burlington coach coming out. Talk to the pitcher.
Coach Hirsch.
Dan Hirsch, the Burlington coach.
It looks like he's going to take the ball from Wheelock, and we'll have a new pitcher coming in. And Sean, your eyes are probably better than mine. I'll pull out my roster for Burlington. It's going to be a right-hander, thin, lanky, long right-hander. If we can get that number for me, and I'll get you the name. So now an important spot here for the Wildcats. New pitcher, Chris Stokes coming to the plate, can help himself. Is it number 1?
Number 1.
Okay, number 1. That would be me. I'm number 1 in the hearts of all Wilmington Wildcat listeners. You would be number 1 too, though. So, okay, number 1. Let's see if we can up number 1. I think on the roster I have it says Sean Pinkham, but we will check that with the coaching staff when we get a chance. But I'm going to go with Pinkham, number 1, right-hander. I'm going to write him down on my sheet here. Sean. So Wheelock in the books with 2 1/3 innings. And he has not given up a run, but leaves the bases full with 1 out for Chris Stokes coming to the plate. So important at bat, important spot in the game here for the Cats. And again, it's early in the season, so you never know what can happen. You get a couple of runs here, Stokes settles down a little bit, put a little bit of pressure on this Burlington team. They've lost a couple of tight games. I have Sean Pinkham as being, if it is number 1, I have him as a sophomore too. So this might be his first, could be his first varsity appearance as well. So Coach Hirsch will watch his warm-ups, try to instruct. Again, sometimes you get caught in that gap where you're winning games, you're trying to educate and win as you can. It's hard at this level sometimes. He's coming into a really tough situation. Stokes can go up there looking dead red, try to look a pitch that he can drive first pitch. If he can't, then settle down. Got to get a run out of this situation. Again, we got great speed at third base and limited speed at second base and first base. So let's go around the diamond. We got Smith at third, Kelsey at second, Michael Fiorenza at first base, Chris Stokes, senior captain, at the plate. Sophomore pitcher Pinkham for Burlington's first pitch. Away, called that a strike. I don't even know what that pitch was, but it was not a pitch that Chris was going to drive somewhere. So probably good to lay off that pitch. He's going from the full stretch too, so everybody gets a good jump. That'll be down in the dirt. Smith's going to score because the pitcher's not going to cover first. He'll be safe. Good job. That's a good read by Bailey. And Bailey Smith actually manufactures that run with 2 stolen bases. So in this inning, we have a single, a pop-up, 2 walks, and a run on 1 hit. So now, on a 1-1 pitch, Fiorenza moves up to second. Kelsey moves up to third base. Stokes has 2 ducks in the pond. Cut the lead in half or even cut it to 1. Look for a pitch he can drive. The 1-1. It looks like a slider he's throwing. There's a little bit of late break. So, now if he's a pitcher, if I'm pitching here, I'm not throwing that slider again. I'm thinking Stokes is thinking ball away, and Chris would just want to drive this ball to the right side. And that's what they're going to do. Go away again. That little slur, that's outside 2-2. All he's done every pitch, 4 straight pitches on the outside part of the plate. So now Chris has got to think to himself, I want to try, if I drive the ball to the second baseman, even if I ground out, I score a run. So they're going to go on contact. The infield, the only place is the pitcher and third base, the worst places to throw it. That ball's away too. And patience is helped here. That should load the count up, I think, although our
Yeah,
scoreboard has
full
2-2.
count.
But that should be a full count, Sean. Thank you. Again, now he's got to look at it. Let's see this. Watch the catcher. Catcher's going to move in here. Chris drives second base. Perfect. Got to get the run. Hate to give up an out for the run, but he'll get the run. He'll move the runner up. Cut the lead in half. Get the RBI. And he'll ground out to the second baseman. But again, ball got out to the outside part of the plate. Good piece hitting by Stokes to drive it to the right side. Score the run. Advance the runner. Pass ball could score a run as well. So with 2 outs, Tristan Champa, our third baseman, comes to the plate. And Mr. Champa has a chance to get another run home. Oh, he fouls right back at us. Oh. If there was an offense here, I'd have ducked.
Good thing I was looking down at the score sheet.
Yeah, they would have scared you too.
Stat sheet. Didn't see that at all until it hit the ground.
Okay, let's reset for you. It's 4-2. Wildcats trail. 2 outs here. Bottom of the third. Champa will foul that ball. That'll go out of play with the wind. It'll be out towards the fans. So now Champa's in the hole 0-2, and I would guarantee you, I won't even watch this pitch. I'm going to turn around and call this pitch. He's going to throw that little slider, slurve ball. He's going to throw it on the outside part of the plate. Champa's got to protect the whole plate. The pitch he threw 2 good pitches to Stokes like that. Let's see if the catcher sets up outside. He's going to outside. Throws that little pitch outside, strike 3, and Champa wasn't ready for it. It's, you know what's funny, Sean? I hate to say it, it's so easy to be me and sit here and watch it because I've been around a long time. You know, I've seen probably thousands of baseball games, and you know, you got a junior there not really seen a lot of game. That pitch was where that kid wanted to throw it. He technically gets out of the jam. So at the end of 3, Wildcats trail 4-2. Big inning though to get the 2 runs. Stokes will be back on the mound, and I will get ready here to turn it over to my good friend Sean Guiney. He's going to give you the 3rd inning and give my vocal cords a break. And again, like I said, Sean's a junior here at Wilmington High School. It's a great opportunity for anyone who wants to learn how to do this. You know, I'll sit with anybody and teach them. Not that I'm a professional at it, but I do a lot of the games, football, basketball, hockey, baseball. And it's really great to have kids try to do it. You know, and I'm working with Sean to get him. We got to get Sean a little bit excited sometimes when he does a really good game. He comes prepared. And I'm going to turn this inning over to him with Stokes, a 4-2 Wildcats trail. Sean, it's all yours.
Thank you, Jim. So yes, Wildcats coming to this force. Wildcats, or not Wildcats, the
Red Devils.
Red Devils coming into the 4th inning was Doyle, Pye, and
Vitten.
Sorry,
he can't read my writing, so I do apologize. So, Sean, I'm going to give you that. You can keep the score. I'll hold that for you.
Yes, Red Devils coming to the top of the 4th inning, up 4-2. Stokes still on the mound. Now pitching to Doyle. Doyle, in his last appearance was in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Doyle. It's low and away for the first strike. Like Jim's been saying, the command. Stokes been trying to find the command for the opening pitch. Second pitch is down for ball 1. Count 1-1. Third pitch low again for this second ball. Almost into the dirt. Stokes looking, ball tipped into the net for the second strike. Counts 2-2. Stokes looking to put him away for the first out of the 4th. So counts 2-2. Here's the pitch to Doyle. And Doyle swings and goes down. So the first out for Stokes comes.
Pitcher's pitch there for Mr. Stokes. Good. There's the slider. Command of the slider. Had the kid on a 2-2. Looking fastball. Threw that little slider away. So perfect pitch there. Pitcher's pitch for Mr. Stokes. Yep.
First pitch to
Pie.
Pie is high for ball 1. Stokes has so far 4 strikeouts on the day. Second pitch to Pie. Swung on. Second strike, or first strike. Ball is fouled off to catcher.
Yeah, Sean, big inning here for Mr. Stokes as his team got him 2 runs. See if he can get a quick shutdown inning and try to keep the momentum going as we go into the our home half of the inning.
Yeah, third pitch to Pie. In there for the second strike. And just like that, Stokes is up 2-1, trying to put Pie away for the second straight strikeout. And
Pie who singled in his first at bat.
Yes. That pitch is high for the second ball. And that's been a little bit of a problem for Stokes so far. With pitches going too high, not at the right time for a pitch like that.
It's like I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but Gavin's trying to calm him down. Good pitch.
That pitch is fouled away along the third base foul line.
So let's see what he sequences here. You're right. He's had trouble commanding some of the pitches. You know, if he can, again, he's gotten a lot of strikeouts with the good slider. They've made a lot of good contact on his fastball ahead in the count. The 2-2.
2-2 to Pie. Low, and now it's full count. Full count to Pie. Stokes trying to find partly the inside corner. Trying to get Pie away. Here's the pitch, and it's high. So Pie reaches on a walk.
But again, you were correct, Sean, in what you said. He's a little wild high there. Same thing you had said earlier. He's losing the pitch up a little bit. That cost him the base runner. So we're hitting, I think this is the bottom of the order. So this will be the catcher.
Yep.
Vitten. And I think Vitten struck out in his first at bat. Is that right? No, Vitten grounded out to the shortstop. No, grounded third base. That was a great play by
Tristan Champa.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when we do like replays and highlights of the year, that'll be one we throw up there. Great play by
Top 10.
Yes. Pitch.
First pitch is inside for strike 1. 1 out so far here in the 4th inning. Runner on first. That's Pie. And second pitch, outside, ball 1.
And again, he's up. His command of his fastball has been iffy all day, and he's up with the pitch there.
True. Stokes trying to find probably. All right. So Stokes throws on to first, trying to get the runner there out, and he didn't. That's Pie on first base. Stokes pitches it, and
double play ball.
Yeah. So that runner on second called out Pie, trying to take second on this little single to the shortstop. And what's his name?
Brendan George, the shortstop.
Vitton. Who just hit it?
Vitten just grounded out.
Vitten. Okay. So
Vitten grounded out. We're back at the top of the order. This is their shortstop, right?
Stamidas, yes.
So again, important out here for Mr. Stokes here too. So we're hitting to the top of the order. He's got 2 outs. They got a slow run on first base, clog the bases up. Stamidas is 1 for 2 with a fly out to pop out to the shortstop and a single, right?
Pitch, yes, that pitch is high for the first strike.
So again, if he can start to command on that fastball, Sean, I think we're going to be in great shape.
True. Here's the pitch. Stamidas hits it into the right field, and that ball is caught.
Pete Marino with the out there.
Okay.
Great play by good read by Pete Marino. I'm told by our director it's time for us to take a break. So at the end of
4.5.
3.5 innings.
3.5 innings. Burlington's up 4-2, and the Wildcats now coming to bat.
And we'll be back after these messages from our sponsor.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored by Tremezzo, transporting you to Italy through tastes, sights, and smells. Tremezzo's main dining room is open 7 days a week, and there are also catering and function room options. Located in the Square One Plaza on Lowell Street, or check them out on Facebook for new events and seasonal menu offerings.
Welcome back to Scanlon Field. Wildcats down 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. And Brendan George at bat for the Wildcats. George in his last at bat.
He walked in his last at bat.
Walked in his last at bat. So here's the first pitch of George. And that is right down the middle for his first strike.
Teach you how to score.
So second pitch of George, low for the first ball. George, count to George is 1-1. So yeah, Wildcats down 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Sean Pinkham back out on the mound as well, Sean, for the Red Devils.
Yep, sophomore. Third pitch, George with a strike. Counts now 1-2. And that pitch is low for the second ball. So it counts 2-2 to George. Trying to get on base. And now it's full count to George. So 3-2 count to George, who
payoff pitch
reached on the walk. His last at bat. Here's the pitch, and George hits it long down right field, and right field he couldn't pick it up. George taking off for second, going to third. Second baseman doesn't throw to third, and George gets in there.
George goes head first in the third for the triple. So I could not see out there in right field, Sean. I don't know how good your view was, but did he just have misplay that, or you have trouble picking it up, or what?
I had trouble seeing it. It looked like it looks like he didn't even catch it. I think it just hit the ground, then off the fence into the glove of the right fielder.
And really good hustle. Brennan George picks up the triple. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. Marino an opportunity to cut the lead by one as well. So Pete Marino, who in his last at bat struck out. That pitch was outside for the first ball. On deck is Andrew Gallucci. Yep.
Here's the pitch of Marino. Marino hits it to left field. George will score, and Marino is in on first base with the single, RBI single.
Correct.
Bringing in George.
Big RBI there. He got a pitch he could hit. He drove it to left field. So the Wildcats have something going here with the new pitcher for Burlington.
4-3 Burlington was the sophomore pitcher at bat on the mound. And here's Andrew Gallucci trying to bunt it. Bunts it foul, so strike one. Gallucci in his last at bat was out.
Popped up to the first baseman. Swung at the first pitch, popped at first base. A lot of speed on base with Marino. See what they try to do here. They show a lot of respect for the catcher.
Here's the pitch.
Pull the bunt back, it'll be a strike.
So, 0-2 count to Gallucci. Trying to bunt to advance Marino to second. And like you said, a lot of speed in Marino, who could still take off to second, trying to steal it. Pitcher looks back. First base, here's the pitch. Outside. Ball one.
So we're going to go to Drew Gallucci because I hear them calling him Drew outside the dugout. So let's call him Drew Gallucci. So you have Drew and Derek, Gallucci. Andrew and Derek. And
that
Marino
takes off to second.
He's safe.
Marino gets into second. Sliding. So stolen base from Marino. Gallucci at bat still.
Another really strong throw, though, by the catcher. Petey just slid right underneath it. So 2-2, opportunity to score here. The Wildcats, it's out there to taking. for the taking.
Pitch to Galucci, and Galucci fouls it back. Almost hit our camera. Yeah, behind home plate.
Yeah, we can't have that. That camera's a very valuable camera. I don't know if the boss is going to like him hitting the camera.
New feature we have for baseball and softball games. Pitch to Galucci, and Galucci
gets
hits
the ball
it
the right side.
to the first baseman, and first baseman couldn't pick it up, but now he does. And Marino advanced it to third with 1 out here in the fourth.
You know,
Go.
if you're going to make an out, the way to make an out is advance the runner. So it's a nice piece of hitting. Got the ball to the right side, got Peter to third base. Tying run 90 feet away. Leadoff hitter Bailey Smith, 2 for 2 today with 2 stolen bases and a run scored.
So Smith's on. First pitch to Smith, and he hits it up shortstop, and he will throw on to first. But Marino scores to tie the game at 4. And Smith with your RBI sacrifice.
Nope, just an RBI.
RBI.
Fielder's choice, 6-3
Fielder's
RBI.
choice.
He gets the RBI, gets the job done. First 2 hitters reach base for the Wildcats and both score.
Now we got Derek Galucci on at the plate, and Galucci fouls it for the first strike. So 4-4 here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, and Derek Galucci at bat.
I think he's the brother, probably the twin brother of Andrew Galucci.
Yeah, maybe. Galucci hits it to third baseman. Third baseman throws on to first.
Oh, nice play.
And Galucci is out to end the 4th inning. All tied up at 4. And Stokes will come back out to pitch the 5th.
Big 4th inning there to get the run, 2 runs. So the runs in the first and second, 4 runs scored the first and second for Burlington. In the 3rd and 4th innings, the Wildcats have come back to score 2 runs each inning to tie it up at 4. As we head here to the top of the 5th, we're now in a nail-biter as we play 7 innings in high school.
Yeah.
Stokes is back out on the mound. And it's just an opportunity again to shut down inning as we're back to the top there. The second place hitter will be coming up. Just to give you some guys some quick updates. I think I'm going to, Sean, you're going to give us the what we got coming up, the upcoming schedule for the Wildcats.
Yes.
And Sean has come prepared. He's got everything that I don't have. He's got the schedule. He's got all the pictures. I got all my written stuff. And again, it's just to go back to complimenting Sean. He came prepared. Ooh, that's not going to be good.
Ooh.
That hit him right in the side of the head on the warm-up pitch. That is not good. Coach. That pitch hit the dirt and got Gavin on the side of the head.
Deflected off the ground, was it?
Yeah, and it hit the back of his head. Luckily, I think it hit the helmet, not the head. But as a catcher, you'd take a beating back there. I don't see our trainer, Melanie Batchelor.
Trainer's over at the
probably at the lacrosse
game, yeah, which it's actually just ending, so she should be over here any second.
Just
hopefully.
What she needs, a head injury. We had one of those last year. We don't need to have another one this year.
Yeah.
A year ago, last week, we had the big head injury here at the field.
Unfortunately, it involved your son. Ooh.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was my son, Jack. But he should be okay. He can't hurt him too bad. He's got a big head. Good kid. He's a good player. Played a lot of catching. Stokesy's got to get that ball up a little bit, though.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit. So,
okay, let's go back to I think we're trying to do the schedule until Kelsey gets hit in the back of the head. Preparation. So Kelsey gets hit. Sean's giving you upcoming schedule for the Wildcat baseball.
Yep. So after today's game, Wilmington next plays here at home against Wakefield on April 29th. What is that? Next Tuesday? Oh well. And then after that, they play 2 games on the road.
I think it's Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so 2 games on the road at Stoneham on the 1st, and then at Watertown. No, that's not correct.
Yeah, it says Watertown, doesn't it?
Watertown back-to-back.
Yep.
So
and that Watertown game probably a night game over at the Victory Park.
So 7 o'clock game on the 2nd at Watertown. And on the 6th, we're back home for Winchester.
Okay, so the next 3 games, Burlington, the next 3 are divisional games for us. Important to get the wins. I know the 2 losses we have are to the other division, the Liberty division, which is all the bigger players. So here we go. All right, we go to the top of the 5th. Stokes on the mound. This is Pena. No, I lost my score sheet here. since we switched announcers here. This is Ponzini. Ponzini, who is struck out and flied out to center field. Stokes is even at count 1-1. Here's the pitch. That'll be another pop-up. That's going to go out of play, foul to the right. A lot of balls fouled out of that way. Again, an important inning here. I know we talk about it all the time. The Wildcats have scored 2 runs. They're down 4-0, scored 2 runs to bring it back to a tie ball game. And now it's important for Stokes to shut them down here in the 5th.
Looking for a shift in momentum.
That is correct. 5th inning, every team's got 9 outs to go. So every out you get is an out closer to success. Again, there's that slider up. So he had been commanding that the last inning. It's important here to keep the leadoff men on base, off base. Stokes is 2-2. Oh, nice pitch. Perfect pitch there.
Away.
Same pitch he struck him out on the first inning. Throws that little slider. Starts out of the strike zone, drops back in. 1 man out, top of the 5th. 3rd place hitter O'Halloran, who is their center fielder. And O'Halloran is 1 for 2 with a double and got reached on an error. Strike inside fastball. Again, lead with the fastball, especially the left-handed hitter. That slider could, if the slider sits out, he's going to see it really well. If you're going to make that pitch to the slider, that he's going to look in his hitting zone is going to be down below his waist. So Stokes is smart to start out up and away. The 1-1 pitch is a ball up. So again, miss it with the slider up. Keep hitting the fastball away. I wouldn't see if this guy, because he hits 3rd in the order, could be a dead pull hitter. So he's not going to hit that ball to the left side. Here's the 1-1. Pitch is down in the dirt, ball 2. Again, now it's important. Now you're at the 3rd place hitter in a hitter's count. So we'll see how Stokes decides to approach this. Again, like I said, a very veteran battery. The senior catcher, senior pitcher, Chris Stokes and Gavin Kelsey. And Ryan O'Halloran is a junior center fielder. That ball's fouled back. They got that down on him, and he fouled it right back to us. So we got a 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out, top of 5th, score tie 4-4. Wildcats trying to shut down the Red Devils. He throws that slider up again. Again, not a lot of command. Don't let him beat you on that. Full count here. Generally, in reality, like a fastball count, but who knows what Chris is going to throw here.
Yeah.
Here's the full count. The payoff pitch. Yeah, and flops it high, and again, there's speedsters on first base. So again, not a great spot to be in with O'Halloran, who looks like he's got some speed. So he reaches first base on the base on balls. That'll bring cleanup here to the DH, Pena.
Yeah, those high fastballs have been a problem for Stokes lately.
Right.
Today.
Kyle Pena Jr., they're a very young team, too. They graduated a lot of people last year, just like Wilmington. That ball's hitting to the gap in right center field. That's going to roll past Bailey Smith. Smith's going to pick it up, and let's see if they hit the cutoff man. They might have a chance. He overthrows the cutoff man, which is going to score the run. And the double will score the run. And Pena with a double to right. The walker ends up hurting him, missing the cutoff man, lets the run score. So Stokes give up the go-ahead run, 5-4. Got that pitch out up over the plate. And Pena now has a single and a double to go with the call out on strikes. And Stokes will walk around the back of the mound. So now let's try to limit the damage here in the 5th inning. And they're going to run for Pena, who is the DH. So 13 coming on to play for our friends from Burlington. This will be Jonathan Hurley. He'll run for Pena. And my guess is then Pena will go back in. So in high school baseball, you can sub in, and the guy can go back once, back out. So this Hurley is going to be a pinch runner in the 5th. So a little bit of speed on second base. That pitch is up. Stokes tired a little bit. His pitchers are getting up in the strike zone. I don't know if I can see anybody warming up down there in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look at right now. Doesn't look like it.
Nope, nobody down there yet. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 5-4 Burlington. McKinnis is the hitter. He has singled and grounded out to second base. Stokes in the jam here. Got to get out of it. Got to get out of his own doing. Here we go. which is a strike away. Nice pitch. Again, the command of the fastball's been pretty good. His command of his breaking ball, his slider, and again, I can't really differentiate his slider from his changeup right now, but he's had a little bit of trouble commanding. That's been up in the zone. 2-2 pitch. That'll be driven into right center field. Marino on his horse. He's not going to get it. It's going to go to the gap. That'll score a run, and they'll just replace a man at second base with a man at second base. And so back-to-back doubles by McInnes and Pena increase the lead to 6-4. And he left that fastball out over the plate, and he'll be visited by Coach Kyra. So here in the 5th inning, starts off with a called third strike on Ponzini, then he walks O'Halloran, which is the curse of all curses. He gives up back-to-back doubles to Pena and McKisson, left those fastballs out over the plate, took them back into the right center field gap. Pete Marino and Bailey Smith could not get them, not that they would have been able to, they were hit pretty hard. So now we really have to look at limiting damage as we get to the 6th place Entertainment, who has struck out and singled and scored. So that'll be all for Stokes. And without any warm-up, he's going to bring Ciampa in, which is to pitch, try to get out of this inning. Stokes going to switch gloves and go back out to third base, or maybe to second base. We'll see what he does. So Stokes is gone after 4 1/3. And he's responsible for the runner at second base. So we'll switch pitchers. That'll be a pitching change. So we'll get you the final line on Stokes in a second here. So Stokes be replaced by Ciampa. Tristan Ciampa's coming in here. Try to get us out of this jam.
Tristan Ciampa has only pitched in 1 game so far, and it was a win. Through 6 innings, got 7 Ks, 7 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Only one run allowed. So, Ciampa, a decent hit pitcher so far in that 1 game.
Okay, so for Stokes, and he's responsible for the run on second, through 4 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs. He walked, I'm counting here, I think he walked 2. Walked 2 and a big walk to start this inning. He struck out 5. So, so far responsible for the runner on second base. 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. I know one of the runs was unearned. So whatever happens to that man on second base is his responsibility. As Tristan Ciampa, the junior, comes on to play, they switch Ciampa and Stokes. First batter Ciampa will face will be Taman, the right fielder, number 15. Again, Ciampa in to stop the bleeding here. 2 runs against this young pitching staff for Burlington will be big. Stokes will go out, won't get it, makes the dive and doesn't catch it. You can't hit that in a better spot for it to drop. So that little Devil's Triangle or Bermuda Triangle out behind third baseman, left fielder, and shortstop, neither of them could get at it. Just a strike, but a good pitch by Ciampa starting the inning, excuse me. This is important now. Like I said, you got to keep that run from scoring, try to keep it a 2-run deficit. So I haven't talked to Ciampa before the game, but I'm going to assume he features fastball, some kind of a breaking ball. Fastball will be hit to left field. Gallucci on his horse, he's back. He'll keep it in front of him as he saw the wind really hold that up. Good play by Derek Gallucci out in left field as he got himself to where he thought the ball would be. As it was coming out, he made the adjustment, comes in to catch the ball for the second out. I like to see outfielders that use the right footwork and take the right routes to outfield in the outfield. That's a really nice play by Derek Gallucci, the sophomore. 2 steps back, find the ball, pick it up. Wind probably knocked it down a little bit. 2 outs, here we are. This would be Doyle. He'll swing and foul it back. So Doyle at the plate, he has struck out and popped up to first base. So another important at-bat for Ciampa here to get out of it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be a breaking ball, which will find the right inside corner for strike 2. So now he's got him where he wants him. He can do anything here. If he's confident in that fastball, if you get that fastball way up, he'll swing right through it. But it looks like they're going to try to go out, down and away. Throws a curveball in the dirt. So I really think that for Ciampa, his best pitch is his fastball. So he should probably really be looking to use the breaking pitch to set the fastball up. Although Burlington has shown really good a propensity to hit everyone's fastballs. It's a good pitch. That's the curveball, so I'm wrong. Hey, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. He strikes the guy out. Ciampa comes in, gets 2 outs, gets us out of the inning. Stokes' final line will be complete. So we'll have Chris Stokes to go 4 1/3 innings. He gave up 6 runs, 5 of them earned. We will go to the bottom of the 5th. Wildcats trailing 6-5.
Welcome back to Scanlon Field. Wildcats coming to bat, and batting first will be Gavin Kelsey, then followed by Mike Fiorenza and Chris Stokes.
Okay, let's see. Sean, thank you very much for bringing us back. Let's see if the Cats can get back on the board after they had tied the game up. We have the same pitcher for the Red Devils, Sean Pinkham, and he struggled a little bit with his command. He's throwing that little slider that's been sliding out and away, and if he can't command that pitch for a strike, there's the second one in the dirt. Opportunity for Wildcats to be patient with him, and you might even get in the bullpen again. See what he can do. People are greeting me left and right as I sit here. It's tough.
You're famous in town.
Oh, my fans. There's a ball away. Again, it's a lot can happen here. You know, make him work. See what he does. Get base runners. Can't score 2 runs with nobody on base. As one wide old sage would say, you can't score 9 runs with a home run. That'll be a strike. See, he threw the fastball for a strike. He just flung it in there. So now Kelsey has an opportunity here. Make him work a little bit. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wildcats need 2, bottom of the 5th. Still have 9 outs, though, so it's a lot of outs. And he'll drive that ball up the middle, shortstop, picks it up, vacuum cleaner, throws it high. Big, tall first baseman makes the play. And that'll be the first out of the inning as Gavin Kelsey grounds out at shortstop. Who is this? Stendatis, I think, is their shortstop, right? Stamides is their shortstop. I want to see what class he's in. Stamides, he's a junior. They have a lot of young players. Last year, I know that just like Wilmington last year, we had like 11 seniors. I think Burlington graduated a lot of players. So it's a relatively young team here that Burlington brings back. And like I said, Wilmington bringing a lot of new players as well. You know, in reality, Stokes and Kelsey got some. Stokes pitched, Kelsey played, caught. Not many other players got to play. Picks the ball up, throws it up over his head, and second out of the inning, a very quick out. Easy ground ball out for Fiorenza. So the Wildcats need to get runs. I don't know if they have a closer or not. It'll be interesting to see what they have. That'll bring up Chris Stokes, senior, who's now our 3rd baseman.
Wildcats probably have a better bullpen situation than Red Sox.
The first Red Sox joke from Sean of the night. Stokes tries to swing at a pitch way outside. Pitcher bobbles it, picks it up, fires the first, and he's out. He stayed on the base. Nice play by the first baseman. So again, there's the shutdown inning, a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Red Devils. They'll come right back up to the plate with a 6-4 lead. And I'm gonna give Sean's gonna take the top half of the 6th inning for us. Give him some play-by-play experience. Like I said, that's 6-4 at the end of 5, and we'll be right back after this message from our sponsors.
Spring sports coverage on WCTV is sponsored by Tremezzo, transporting you to Italy through tastes, sights, and smells. Tremezzo's main dining room is open 7 days a week, and there are also catering and function room options. Located in the Square One Plaza on Lowell Street, or check them out on Facebook for new events and seasonal menu offerings.
All right, welcome back to Scanlon Field as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Wildcats trailing 6-4. Been a close ball game all the way. The Burlington took a 4-0 lead. Wildcats cut it 4-4. Tied it up at 4-4. Last half inning, bottom of the 5th. Burlington came back with 2 runs. Now Tristan Ciampa replaced Chris Stokes, and we're on to the 6th inning. I'm going to turn it over to my student, my junior here at Wilmington, Sean. All yours, Sean.
Thanks, Jim. So, Pie coming to plate in the top half of the 6th, with the Wildcats down 6-4. Ciampa back on the mound. Quick 1-2-3 inning by the Wildcats in the bottom of the 5th. Poor hitting. But anyways.
Poor situational inning. I
Yeah.
think they swung at a couple first pitches there.
First pitch to Pie. It's in there for his first strike. Pie walked in his last at-bat.
So Pie singled his first, walked in his last.
That pitch is fouled up. And the first baseman
Makes the catch.
Mike Fiorenza makes the catch. So, quick out here in the 6th inning.
We have to confess, Sean and I, we couldn't see that catch down the line there. It almost hit our cameraman out there, though. Was doing a bang-up job. Our director now is Marty McHugh, who is a WCTV mastermind of the high school program, getting kids involved. I mean, we had 3 students helping today so far. A couple had to leave early. And again, the one who has stayed in the cold with me, Sean Guiney, let's hand it back to him.
Third pitch to feet on. It's fouled up and almost over our heads. So it counts 1-2. It's 1 out in the 6th inning. Champa payoff pitch, and that is fouled away also.
He was late on that offering. I think we're hitting to, is this the 9th hitter or the 8th hitter?
Ninth.
The 8th? This is the 9th. Vitten's the hitter, right?
Vitten's the hitter, yep.
I didn't do my duty here.
Another foul.
Oh, that's up over my head, too.
Over the Wildcat dugout.
Okay. So that was 3. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't give you the update.
Sorry.
I'm not paying attention here when I have my hand the mic over to Sean. I'm doing a disservice to my 6th inning play-by-play guy.
It's all right. Payoff pitch to Vinton is in the dirt.
Well,
up into the basket to catch Gavin Kelsey.
Don't turn your head, catcher.
Getting some advice from the crowd.
Yeah, Sean, he turned his head on that.
Yeah.
That's how he doesn't get hurt. I know it's tough, and he's a very veteran catcher. Don't want him to get hurt.
That pitch hammered in center field, and the center fielder gets under it. Peter Marino makes a catch for the 2nd out of the 6th inning.
Okay, now I'm going to see if you've been listening. What did I say about fly balls?
Fly balls.
At the high school level.
Not good.
Not good. There you go. They're going to get caught. Sean, exactly right. Good job.
Unless the wind is going out to center field, then on the chance that it could carry the ball far over the fence, then it's worth it.
Yeah, maybe. Unless there's a tornado, maybe. No, that's good.
Not today with the wind coming in from center field.
Okay, we're back up to the top of the order.
First pitch to the leadoff hitter, Skamides, was high for the first ball.
Skamides has been a thorn in the side of the Wildcats. I think he's got 2 hits and a walk. Is that right?
Yes.
I can't even read my writing. Now, Skamides actually does. He's not the problem. It's O'Halloran's the problem. Skamides singled in the first and scored, and he's popped up twice the last 2 innings. Once to first base, once the shortstop.
First strike to Skamides. Counts now 2-1. 2 outs here in the 6th. Champa with the pitch. And Skamides fouls it off.
That was a really good 2-1 pitch. He got that down in a way. Nothing he could do with it but foul it off.
Yeah.
So Wildcats need a quick inning here.
Champa looking for the punch out to end the 6th inning. 2-2 to Skamides is hit
right
to the shortstop. And that's a quick 6th inning by Champa. Wildcats down 6-4, heading to the bottom of the 6th.
I hate to be mean, but that's the second baseman. I'm just
fair
kidding.
enough.
No, don't take me seriously. Just deep breath. He hit it to Galucci at second base, but that's okay. You know what? This is not easy to do. So I got to give Sean a lot of credit. He's trying. The only way you learn is to try. If you're afraid to try, you never learn anything. But he'll get that. It's tough. Baseball's kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
When you do it. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. Wildcats are going to need 2 runs, trailing 6-4. And Sean's going to do the bottom half of the inning. So I got to get them all set up here with the lineup and who's going to do what. So we'll have for the Wildcats coming up here in the bottom of the 6th, needing 2 runs. The pitcher, Tristan Champa, the shortstop, Brendan George, and the center fielder, Pete Marino. Champa's 0 for 2. George has walked and tripled. Marino struck out and singled. And then if we get to the bottom of the order, it'll be Andrew Galucci. Drew Galucci will get a chance to come to the plate as well. So like I said, need 2 runs. As it's getting a little cooler as the sun goes down too. I bet you the temperature's dropped about 10 degrees, and they're just trying to freeze me out here.
Yeah, clouds coming in.
Yeah, hopefully not the rain they're predicting. That'll come in, but it looks like it might. So I'm going to hand it back over as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Hand it back over to our Sean Guiney. Got it right again. And here we go.
Good job. So Ciampa at bat at the plate for the Wildcats. First pitch was in the dirt. So ball 1 to Ciampa. Second pitch to Ciampa is in there for the first strike. Looked a little low to me, but what do I know? So counts 1-1. Brendan George on deck after Ciampa, and that pitch is outside for the second ball.
Just to update, Sean Pinkham came in with 1 out in the third inning, so he's working on his. He's pitched 2 full innings, and next out will be another. That ball.
Ciampa hits it to left field, and the left fielder gets under it though to make the catch.
My axiom proves correct once again. You put the ball up in there, these kids are going to catch it. That ball was hit pretty well in the gap and played pretty right, but the kid got a good jump.
Yeah, left field was right there to make the catch. You didn't have to move out that far. So at the plate for the Wildcats is number 5, Brendan George, who in his last at-bat was able to make it all the way to third on a sliding triple. And first pitch to George is hit along the foul line. Right fielder tried to get under it.
He doesn't get it. Again, he popped that one up. That kid, I don't know if he got close or not.
Hard to tell. But it doesn't matter as Brendan George is still alive here in the 6th inning.
It's just a strike.
Yep, that's all it is. It's just a strike. He's got 2 more at least.
Like I said, important to get base runners here. Got to get some runs. Don't want to go to the 9th, the 7th, excuse me, bottom 7th, trailing 2. But if they get a 1 base runner, we could get the top of the order up at some point. I don't see anybody warming up for Burlington, so it might be Pinkham's game to hold on to. It would be his win.
Third pitcher George is in there. Strike 2.
That's been a strike call. This umpire's had pretty good strikes, so pretty consistent. We have a lot of kvetching from our hitters. That outside pitch has been called a strike all game.
Pitcher George is in the dirt. Off the catcher. Not one. It's not.
Yeah, it goes in the dirt. Like I said, I think the umpires have really good, consistent strikes, and we haven't had a lot of moping. Usually you get high school kids, they mope. They don't like the call.
Yeah.
So he's been consistent, but when I watch him call this guy out, we'll have a nut case.
Pitch to George is outside. Now it's a full count to George trying to get on base, get something going for the Wildcats here in the 6th inning with 1 out.
The coach is pitching. I told you what happened. That pitch was way up. I don't know what he's complaining about. But there you go. It only takes 1. That's ball 4.
In the dirt, so George gets on with a walk. Now coming to bat for the Wildcats is number 8, Peter Marino.
And Pete is singled and struck out. Singled, stole the base, got an RBI, scored a run. Ciampa on first base with a walk. Tying run at the plate. It's important to get base runners. Important to chip away. I think it's a sophomore pitcher. It's a nice pitch. Good
first pitch. Marino was in there for a strike.
But again, Marino showing patience is important.
Again, Marino's hitting 167 for the season. We're actually high now.
Yeah, it would go up because he's 1 for 2. You're right, Sean.
Oh, that hit's into the right field.
Excellent. Big piece of
It'll drop, and Marino rounding first, heading to second.
Get there.
George
get there.
Going to get into third. And Marino with a stand-up double. And the Wildcats have 2 on with 1 out in the 6th, down 2.
Again, very, very good piece of hitting by Mr. Marino. Second at bat in a row. When the pitch was out there, and that's where he's been throwing it. This kid's been putting that little slider outside, drive it away. Important at bat here for the bottom of the order. Drew Gallucci, our second baseman.
Gallucci on for the Wildcats. First pitcher Gallucci is outside. Ball 1. So run on first, second and third. Marino on second, George on third.
Good speed at second. Oof.
That pitch, Gallucci's in there for strike 1.
Like I said, that outside, that pitch has been a strike. Has always been a strike.
Yeah,
so again, you got to take that pitch. You got to understand that's a strike. You just try to, even a ground ball to second base gets the run home.
That pitch is far outside. George coming.
Go back.
George go back.
Pete, go back, Pete.
Marino going back to second. And a run. He's in a run. Ball goes into center field. So George gets in. Marino advances to third on a wild pitch. Turned, whatever you want to call it.
Send in the circus clowns on that one. That was a mistake. Again, the young kid, was it the pitcher? Yeah, the pitcher made a mistake. George made the right call. He turned around and went back.
Marino almost caught a rundown.
He wasn't paying attention. So we got one man out, 2-1 pitch. Galucci's going to...
And that's hit to the second baseman who throws it on to first. Marino stayed at third. So again, Marino almost caught a rundown, but then the catcher overthrew the second baseman, and the ball went into center.
I think the catcher threw back to the pitcher, and the pitcher saw Marino, and in reality, instead of running right at him, he made the long throw to second base. So it's a rookie mistake. So here we go.
Ball went over to second baseman's head. So it's 6-5 game. Bailey Smith's at bat. What's he, 3 for 3 today?
Bailey he walked, so he's he grounded a fielder's choice, and he's got 2 hits.
So it's 2 for 3.
Yep.
So Bailey Smith coming to bat for the Wildcats. Count 0-1 count to Bailey, and Bailey fouls it over to the Burlington dugout. Wildcats down 6-5 now with Peter Marino on
Bailey,
third.
Shoot it right, Bailey.
2 outs. Counts 1-1.
Again, he's going to try to go. Nope, they're coming in on him, which is interesting. That's in the
dirt again.
So now I think a walk here does benefit the Wildcats just a little bit, because if Bailey walks, they're going to run him to second base. They're going to make Burlington make a decision with a throw. Great speed at third base. Marino's got a good secondary lead here, and they are going from the full windup, so he should get a bigger lead. That ball's going to be up in the air.
Right field.
That ball's smoked.
And that ball could, drops in front of the fence. Doesn't matter. Marino scores. Bailey gets into second on a stand-up double. And the game is now tied at 6 here in the 6th inning with 2 outs.
Bailey Smith did exactly what he should do in that situation. Besides get a base hit, not going to run. Hit the ball opposite way, or that kid's trying to throw that little sling pitch outside. So as you've seen, 2 consecutive hitters took the ball that way.
What did you say? Hitting balls deep is not good?
No, he hit that ball in the gap.
And that ball's hitting center field.
Galucci will pop it up. That's a pop-up.
Center fielder gets under it to end the 6th inning. Wildcats tie the game at 6. Heading into the 7th inning.
Good job,
on stand-up double by Bailey Smith.
So Bailey Smith's big day continues. He scores Pete Marino on a double to right center field. I don't mind balls hitting the gap, but if you hit the ball, and the wind, again, in that situation, anything going to right field is going to move away because the wind's blowing that way. Anything hit up in the air, those balls were driving if you can hit it on the line. Now, I hate to say this, but if Bailey's brother was in center field, that ball, Graham would have caught that ball. But just because Bailey will get all mad at me when I say that. But that's a ball that's a good center fielder. Halloran's a really good center fielder. That he probably, he would be close to make that play. But again, good piece of hitting. The Wildcats in that inning. Ciampa led off flying out to center field. Then again, the walk to Brendan George started everything. Peter Marino doubled. The little bad play at the by the pitcher throwing the ball in the center field gave us 1 run. Smith hits the double to right center field to get the 2 runs. We're tied at 6. So we're looking at an exciting finish here as we go to the 7th inning. Tristan Ciampa on the mound. He'll be pitching to the heart of the Burlington order as we are 6-6. And again, I can't complain, Sean. We got an exciting final finish here in our first game at the Scanlon.
Yeah, Wildcats crawled back from deficits of 2 and 4 runs.
And they've crawled twice from 2 runs as well. So here we go. Leading off is Ponzini. Strikeout, fly out to center field. Ciampa trying to get the first out. Very important. First pitch low, ball in the dirt. So again, just to reset for you here, we are tied 6-6. We are to the 7th inning. We will go extra innings if it isn't resolved. Ciampa throws the ball, strike 1. Their coach doesn't like that call. I like watching their coach. He's a very demonstrative kind of guy out there. He's got the big red jacket on. I don't know if we can see him, Tom, but their coach is very demonstrative. The 1-1 pitch. It'll be grounded right to that's not going to be good. Galucci won't pick it up. Don't throw it away. Ciampa should have made that play, but they get the leadoff hitter on. The ball hit off the glove of Ciampa. Again, he could have helped himself there. He didn't. It's getting cold. So that'll be a single off the pitcher's mound. So now we have a runner on first base. O'Halloran is up. O'Halloran has doubled, reached on an error, and walked. See what the coach decides to do here. He's got double action. One guy warm up in the bullpen. Looks like number 12. Ciampa's pitch. Up and away, ball 1. So this is a reset for you. We got the runner on first base, Ponzini, who is their right fielder. Center fielder O'Halloran at the plate. Champ on the mound looking to get an out. Ball up and away. Don't want to lose this guy and get to their meat of their order, which will be, I think that's the Hurley guy, not Pena. So I'm not sure. That definitely doesn't like Pena on next. That's 13. So we'll get you an update. There's a strike. Good pitch by Ciampa. We'll keep an update. Hate to look ahead, but we have to keep everything going here.
2-1 count.
The coach is yelling at something. He's getting yelled at by the second base umpire and the coach are having a little beef here. Second base umpire not happy. I forget his name. He had the tough name. This guy was the guy, Mike Lynch, right?
Yep. Mike
Hey,
Lynch
I remember
at
that
home.
one. Sean will have to go to his book to figure out who the other guy is. So here's the 2-1 pitch, big pitch here. Don't want to get fall behind. That'll be popped up. This will be a big play. Bailey's going to have to run over, ranging to his right.
And
What happened?
He doesn't make the catch.
Didn't make the catch? Did he get to it and just didn't make the catch?
Nope.
Okay.
Drops
All right.
foul.
2-2. Again, 2 plays now. Ciampa could have made the play and Bailey could have made that play. Got to play defense here. Got to get out of this inning. Yeah, so Jonathan Hurley is on deck. He was the runner. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded down. Grounded foul. Good pitch there. And I think warming up out there is number 12. I can't really tell, but I'm going to check who number 12 is. 12 is Pena. And he can come back into the game. So I think they're going to hit for him and let him warm up. They got 2 pitchers warming up back there.
Yeah, they got 11 and
Struck him out on a high fastball. Nice pitch. Helped out by the hitter there trying to make something happen, but Ciampa gets the strikeout. 1 man going top of the 7th. Wildcats 6-6 with the Red Devils. A big opportunity here. Man on first base. Ferrando gets tagged out. He's safe. They check, keep him close. O'Halloran strikes out. Big strikeout here. 1 out. This will be Hurley, who pinch ran in the 5th inning for Pena. This will be his first at bat, and again, here just pump fastballs right by this kid. If he can't hit the fastball, pump it by him. Pump, pump, pump. He hasn't played, didn't start. It's hitting for the DH because the DH is warming up. Try to close if they have to. Runner first is off, and they'll bunt it foul. Again, if I had replay of that, I'd show that replay. This is not how you bunt. Didn't square up. He reached with the bat. Come on. He's not playing for me. I don't mind. I'll take the strike. But again, the execution, we talk about it all the time. How do you win baseball games? Wildcats need some execution. They made it. Bailey didn't catch the ball in right field. He's saved by the strikeout. Ciampa gets the ball off his glove here. They got the runner on first who was on his way with the bunt. So now you're 0-2. And I'd go high fastball here. If he's running, it'll give a high and away fastball. If he's running, it'll give a good pitch for Gavin to throw the man out at second base. He's not going. High fastball. Oh!
almost went.
Did not swing, but good. That was the pitch you want to see. I'd do the same pitch again. He'll get him. He's not going to hit the fastball here. If he hits the fastball, I'll be wrong. And I've been wrong like 1 or 2 times today. That's pretty good for me. He throws the breaking ball in the dirt. So now we're 2-2. Now you got to come at him. Don't want to get to 3-2. 2-2, 1 out, top of the 7th. Wildcats and the Red Devils deadlocked at 6. Ciampa stretch comes to the set. The 2-2 delivery struck him out. Fastball outside. 2 outs. 7th inning. See if the Cats can have a chance to win this game in the bottom of the 7th in walk-off fashion. They already have one of those this year against Belmont. Okay. This will bring up McKinnis. McKinnis, I don't know. That'll be hit to right field. Bailey's going to have to be on his horse.
He's
under it and catches it. That'll be the inning. So a good inning by Ciampa. Gives up the leadoff single. Wildcats have a chance to walk off in walk-off fashion. If not, we're going to extras.
Those are always fun.
Oh, they're great. They're great. So as we go to the bottom of the 7th, Wildcats have the heart of the order, the 3 seniors. Kelsey, Fiorenza, and Stokes. If they reach, Ciampa and George will get a chance. So on to pitch. I'm sure will be a new pitcher. No, is he going to bring the pitcher out? No, he's going back to
number 1.
Is it still 1?
Yep.
So Sean's telling me it's back out to Sean Pinkham, who's the sophomore. He'll be back out. And again, you've seen him pitch. Everything's outside. I'll tell you, I'll give one credit. We played a playoff game here 2 years ago against Burlington that we ended up losing like 15 innings. Their pitchers, all they do is they work the outside. They work the outside. All we try to do is jack the ball defense, jack the ball defense, jack the ball defense, and all we did was kept grounding out. And happened to get Matt Ryder got thrown out on a play at the plate. We would have won the game. But again, here, patience, drive the ball, drive the ball, drive the ball. Look away. If you look away, we'll see what he does. Everything's been away. So, he's been vulnerable. Coach, let's win this game. It's getting cold. Hey, look away. Everything to right field. Everything's out. Got it? All right. So this is our opportunity. First game here from Scanlon Field. It's deadlocked at 6. Opportunity for the Cats to walk off. Gavin Kelsey, senior, will lead off. Gavin has grounded out, struck out, and walked, scored a run. Leadoff hitter is important, although Burlington did get the leadoff hitter on base. And didn't ever advance him past first base. A couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. Pitch is down in the dirt. See if he's going to take till he sees a strike. We'll see how the coach decides to play it. I don't know what the coach's philosophy is going to be here. He's looking for a base runner. And the 1-0 pitch is going to be in the dirt, too. He has not thrown a strike like that yet. So if he's going to come to you, if I was Gavin here, I'd almost take a pitch. But, you know, you're anxious a little bit. Come on, Gav. See what happens. 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 7th. Wildcats 6-6 with the Red Devils. Wind is getting a little more fierce. That ball's away, too. 3 balls, no strikes, and obviously the take will be on here. I would almost take 2 pitches, but we'll see. You haven't thrown him a strike. Make him throw a pressure pitch. I wouldn't be surprised, too, if he brings a relief pitcher in after this. There's an easy-weasy strike. Right down the heart of the plate.
Burlington did have those 2 pitchers in the bullpen for the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, one was the Pena kid.
Another, I think, with number 19.
19, well, if I get a chance. 3-1 pitch. Ball away. There you go. Leadoff hitter on is Kelsey. See if he runs for him. I don't know if he's going to or not. Not to pick on Gavin or anything. Gavin is a catcher. He's going to leave him up there.
Burlington coach coming out.
Yeah, their coach, Burlington coach, and he's going to run for Kelsey. Number 13, is that coming out? Who's that?
Coach is having a word with
the
pitcher.
Nope. Who's coming out? I cannot see who's coming out to run there.
Is
that Piazza?
Can't tell either. Yep, number 13.
Nico Piazza? Is that who that is? Only thing I can think of.
Number 13 is, Nico Piazza.
So Piazza's going to run for Kelsey.
The sophomore. Pitching change.
And we have a pitching
Number
change.
19.
So it's 19.
Taking the mound for Burlington.
Okay, let me get his name. Like I said, leadoff hitter on again. Both hitters are on. So 19 is another sophomore. Nicholas Pye? Is that who 19 is? So I don't know if the roster is. I'm going to send Sean over to the dugout just to make sure we got this. Because I got 19 on my scorecard as Pie, but I'm not sure. So Pinkham's day is done. It is okay, then it is Pie. So we're right. Thanks to Coach Aldo for that. So Pinkham's day is done. Pinkham goes, let's see, 2/3 of an inning and 1 batter. So he went to the 2nd. So he goes 4 2/3 with a hitter. 3 2/3. I'm sorry, with a hitter. And now we have Nicholas Pye in the game for the Red Devils. So let's reset this game for you here. Pye on the mound, who was the second baseman. I'm not sure who ended up to back him up. So Pye comes in to pitch. Nico, is it Nico Piazza?
Nico Piazza.
Nico Piazza is Piazza.
Piazza.
Is on second base. Is on first base, running for
first base.
Running for
Gavin Kelsey.
Kelsey, yeah. Piazza. I'm not Italian. What do you mean? Yeah, just like Boyle. Nico Piazza. I'm getting told by Coach Kyra. All right, so that'll bring up Mike Fiorenza, cleanup hitter, number 10 senior. Mike has had a tough night. He's walked, grounded out, and popped out. See where they try to move the run up with Stokes on deck. Stokes will be followed by Tristan Champa. So opportunities abound here for the Wildcats. Nobody out. Piazza on first base. Fiorenza up. Pye ready to pitch. Squares the bunt, takes the ball outside. I would think you try to move him with the bunt, not run, but since it is Nico's a sophomore. So again, you come back down to high school baseball. There are levels of experience. This is a great experience for the sophomore to learn. So he takes a small lead, and the bunt is bunt and found. Mike was in a good position to bunt that. But he doesn't want to push the bat at it. Catch it with your bat. Here will be the 1-1 pitch. I would be surprised they bunting it. The third baseman's way in. If you can get that past him, a little slap there. Perfect bunt. Perfect bunt. Gets the out. Throw to first base. Excellent. Made the pitcher make the play. Who had to come off the mound. Piazza Nico gets to second base. That'll be a sac bunt. 1-3. Brings up the senior Chris Stokes. Chris has grounded out 3 times. Shortstop, second base into the pitcher. So we're hopefully set up for an exciting finish here at Scanlon Field in this home game versus Burlington. Stokes ready to go. Pye on the mound with the set. Piazza takes his lead off second base. Pitches up and away, ball 1. I don't know if they'll even let him see a pitch to hit here, but it'll be interesting to see how they play this. I think you don't want to walk people because it is tense moments. The 1-0 pitch. Going to be a big call. Again, third base coach. It looks like Vidi Scalfini is at third base coach, and so it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do here. Again, there is only 1 out. You don't want to make an out at the plate. Pitch is in, strike 1. He didn't like it. I mean, you little dink hit to right field, get your runners on first and third, give Champ an opportunity. You just want to move the runner on without getting out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Pye to the stretch. Fouled back. He was on that. Just missed. In the hole now. Stokes in the hole, 1-2. Pitcher's pitch coming up. You know, see, Piazza's got to be ready to read what's going to happen. Same with our third base coach, Scalfini. The Irish Mafia. A 1-2 pitch from Pye. Down and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got a runner on second base. We have 1 out. Tristan Champa on deck. Chris Stokes looking to end it right here. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Pye at the stretch. Strike 3 swinging. Stokes strikes out on the high fastball. 2 men are out. Tristan Champa. Ground out, strikeout, fly out. Need a base hit here. Anything past the catcher will get the runner to third base. First pitch. Ball away. Again, they throw that ball away. Just slice it down the right field line and win the ball game here. Here we go, Tristan Champa. Can't help himself here. Would be the winning pitcher, and he knocks the run in. He's done a good job on the mound. Made a great play at third base. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. This is one where you got to calm yourself down. Stay within the moment. Hard to do. Good opportunity. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 men out here. Bottom of the 7th. Ball game tied at 6. The 1-1. Champa strokes it into left center field. Going to be a play at the plate. Come on. Piazza is rounding third. He's into the home. He will score. The Wildcats will win walk-off fashion 7-6. Tristan Champa with the base hit to center field. So in a great comeback, the Wildcats trailing 4-0, 6-4, have come back all the way to win 7-6 in a second walk-off fashion here at Scanlon Field. Credit that to good base running by Nico Piazza. Great piece of hitting by Tristan Champa. And Wildcats are going to walk off here with a 7-6 win. And we will thank you for joining us here at Scanlon Field. Look forward to seeing us somewhere down the road. We've got a couple more games. I don't know if we'll get anything more exciting than that. So from Scanlon Field, this is Jim Boyle for Sean
Guiney.
Jeez, I can't remember. For Sean Guiney, thanks for joining us. We'll see you down the road. Wildcats win 7-6. Good job.